Hey guys, I got another NU match, and this one is, oh my gosh, it is extremely great, I must say, and I slowed this one down again just because I want to be able to fully narrate this because this is one of those battles where I'm actually against someone who's good, and this kind of needs to be slowed down. I don't know if he's actually good, he just might be using some really good Pokemon, but he's using three normal types, which is kind of weird, and then um, three pretty bulky attackers, I guess. Sock isn't really bulky, but it gets sturdy and all that. So the biggest threat is probably Lanoon because belly drum and all that. But I have two people that can take an extreme speed easily, so it won't be that bad. There aren't too many threats on his team, but I'm gonna have to work around some stuff if you know what I mean. So yeah, let's get into this. I'm leading off with my Electrode because he doesn't have a ground type, and I usually lead off with this when I don't have a ground type. And I just go for the Volt Switch, go into my Vileplume, and he goes for the Rock Blast and misses, but it's alright because on this turn well actually no, I hit the Sleep Powder, but you'll see where that Rock Blast miss easily gets made up. I go for the Leech Seed, and he wakes up, and he goes for the X Scissor. It does like 34%, but I'm getting a lot back from Leech Seed and leftovers, or Black Sludge that is. And he realizes this situation, so he goes out into his Gardevoir, and I just go for the Sleep Powder because I wanted to put something to sleep. And then you'll see here he stays asleep. I go for the Leech Seed miss, and that pretty much already makes that Rock Blast miss up. But nope, I miss again, which is crazy. It seems like I miss Leech Seed like so much more than Sleep Powder, but whatever. And I hit it on the third try, and he's still sleeping, which I guess the hacks is even out now. I don't really care that I missed it that much because he stayed asleep. And I just go into my Gardevoir to take whatever special hits he wants to go for. And yeah, so now I know he's going to switch. What is he going to do? Stay in. So I just went for the Psychic because he was obviously going to switch. And I didn't want to bait min or max damage, so I just go back out into my Vileplume. And I really do like Vileplume. I put it on my team. I just slapped it on there. And I actually really like it. And I missed the Sleep Powder again, which I'm getting a lot of misses this battle. I mean, I don't really care, but it's kind of annoying. And I go out in my Mawile, and I changed my Mawile set up just by taking the item. I made this Mawile specifically to counter Cincino and some other things that I can't think of right now. I guess Lanoon, maybe. And he goes down to a Sock, and I go for the Toxic. And now something's pretty much going to die. No, just kidding. I have my Shelgon. But you'll see he gets a crit right here, and that shows me that he's banded because a crit from a Scarfed Sock wouldn't take me out and stuff like that. And well, the hacks is pretty much on his side right now, and I go for the Volt Switch on the switch because I knew he was obviously going to switch. I go into my Monferno because it can outspeed this and hit anything extremely hard with that banded close combat. I would have gone for the U-turn, but I wasn't quite sure if it would kill. And he goes into his Sock, and I'm like, okay, Vileplume, you've done your work for this game. Get out of here. Pretty much. That's what I did. And he goes for the Earthquake. I'm like, okay, Gardevoir, I know you can take one Earthquake and fire back with a Psychic, and that's what I do. And it does actually a decent chunk to that Gardevoir, so I'm thinking he is like Calm Mind or something. I don't know. Maybe um I really don't know. Charge Beam. And he goes for the Thunderbolt. I thought he was gonna go for the Calm Mind, so I went for the Encore. And I don't think I actually end up ever seeing what his fourth move is. And he goes for the Thunderbolt. I go for the Psychic just to break his sub. And I was thinking about going into something else, but then I'm like, no, I could just wish this off, and that's what I do. And now I go for the Psychic again, and he's just going for the Thunderbolt. It's kind of stally right here, but it's not that bad because I actually have some stuff to explain. And now the Encore ends, and I'm like, okay, he's obviously going to go for the sub. Why would he switch? He's going to win this Star War. And so I just Encore him into the sub, which is just great for me. and now I can switch into my Monferno, and it'll be good against pretty much anything that comes in. And he goes into his Lanoon, and he goes for the extreme speed, which I'm pretty sure is banded, judging by that damage. And I easily take him out with that banded close combat, which is great for me. And I'm at 16% blaze range, and he brings in the sock. And I go into my Gardevoir, and he goes for the close combat. Now this is where it gets weird. So Sock can obviously and easily outspeed Gardevoir, and I'm obviously a defensive set, but for some reason he switches, and that really confused me, and that changed the game a lot, because had he just killed my Gardevoir, he still would have had his Gardevoir, and his Gardevoir could take a hit from my Electrode, and probably a Seismic Toss. I'm not sure about that, but maybe a Seismic Toss from my Mawile. So that was a very strange play, and then I just leave my Gardevoir into die. I was thinking about going into my Mawile, but I did not want him to get paralyzed, and I just go into my Monferno to easily outspeed and kill him with a close combat. And I just love Monferno sometimes for this reason. And so I'm like, okay, Mawile, get in there. If he goes for the Earthquake, you can take it, and he'll just get more toxic damage. I'm not sure if I could actually take a banded one, or it would actually be a normal Earthquake, but that's where the Rocky Helmet comes into play, because he's at, like, I'm not sure how much HP he has to be for a banded Mach punch to kill from -1, but it does kill. And he brings in his Regigigas. And I actually slowed this part down a lot because I wanted to show you that had I gone into my Electrode to finish off the sock right there, it might have changed a lot, because I could have taunted him the turn before, if you understand what I'm saying. Like, after he killed my Mawile, had I gone to my Electrode, if I went into my okay, after he killed my Mawile, if I went into my Electrode to kill the sock, I could have taunted him originally, so he could have never thunderbolted me. As you will see, it does come into play, because then I would not be thunder waved, and he would just have to attack me, and it doesn't do that much, except he does get another crit, so much hacks is coming into play, but it doesn't really matter. And I volt switch because I already went for the thunderbolt, so I was positive that that would break his sub, and my mindset was I was going to go into my Monferno, knowing the slow start was going to end soon, so I had to take my opportunity to go for the close combat, thinking it would take him out. No, somehow he lives with 1% and goes for the Drain Punch and kills me. I do not know how a Regigigas lives a banded close combat. That is crazy. And now he gets rid of his slow start. I bring in my Electrode at 29%. He goes for the Drain Punch to easily kill me, but the aftermath I have on my Electrode takes him out, and that makes it a tie, and that is such a good game. So please leave a like if you enjoyed that very close game. I hope you enjoyed what I was saying about all that stuff with the switching and whatnot. So yeah, leave me feedback and all that stuff. Tell me the kind of Pokemon you want to see me use. Give me suggestions for movesets, all that good stuff. And add me on Skype if you want to battle or talk or anything. It's always nice to talk over Skype, I guess, and all that. And goodbye.